All right, we are here with associate head coach for Virginia Tech Wrestling, Jared Frayer. How are you today, Jared?
I'm good, Robbie. It's good to be here, buddy.
It's kind of weird throwing that title around now. There's two associate head coaches for Virginia Tech Wrestling. So
Yeah,
how's
man.
that going having Tonelli down there now?
It's great, man. It's like, he's just obviously has spent his time as a head coach and is, extremely um what's the word? I mean, he's on top of everything and keeps us in check and really takes kind of our office to a whole nother level, which is pretty cool. So he's done everything. He's been the main guy for a long time, and a lot of stuff that Tucker just does that we've always done. He's always done. So he's just another voice and a very you know a figure that we can bounce a lot of new stuff off of, and he brings a lot to the table for us. So just exciting for us, not only inside the restroom but outside the restroom. He's brought a lot to the staff.
So is it also helpful for you that there's another person who wears capris in the room? Does that make you feel more comfortable wearing your cutoff sweat shorts?
Well, yeah, he's always been a long a long pant guy, and I'm kind of trying to let him cut those calves off, let those calves breathe a little bit.
It
So
does get warm in that room, so you got
it
to let them
does,
breathe.
it does. We
That's
like our
fair.
room nice and warm.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, well, let's get down to the big important things. How's the lineup looking? How did preseason go?
Preseason went great, man. It's kind of getting these freshmen kind of into the swing of things, and I'm as excited for this lineup as probably I've ever been in the last 7 years. We've been together, so just excited to see some of these freshmen, and then also these new transfers coming in. It's been fun to see them just kind of they walk in with a chip on their shoulder, but just how they they jump right on board and don't skip a beat, which has been pretty cool to see Lennox and Connor just make themselves leaders. They're 6 year guys that have paid their dues, and they're excited to finish this thing off with a bang with a bunch of new teammates around them doing the same, and that's been neat to see. And then some of these young guys licking their wounds a little bit, but coming out the other side and making a name for themselves here in the next couple weeks. So up and down the lineup, excited. The weights are all coming down. We got a couple, nicks and bruises. You just see that when guys start getting close to weight, and the competition in our room right now is second to none. And I see these guys fighting to score every point. Sometimes you find those little nicks and bruises, and it's good to see our guys ready to rock this week.
Excellent. So you got a big week this week. You got a duel against UT Chattanooga Friday night before the Southeast Open, which is normally how you guys kick off the season. You mentioned you may see a couple new faces in the lineup on Friday. What are we looking at there?
Yeah, I think as it should go to chalk the first couple weight classes. We'll see Eddie Ventresca coming out, kind of making his return to the lineup after the full second semester, trying to heal up from his injuries from first semester last year. So excited to get him back in there, returning All American, and then Connor McGonigal gets to strap on the orange and maroon for the first time. So excited to see him go out there. Sam Latona, new weight class. He's gosh, I've been so excited for him. He's wrestling at a whole nother level. I think him and Tonelli really hit it off, and he's just a guy that I love how low he's ranked because I know what's coming. Um,
I
Henson,
yelled at Earl about it. I told him it
yeah,
was ridiculous. If
yeah,
Sam
yeah.
is
That's all
Sam
right.
is
That's all
six
right.
eight at 141, he's gonna be full sized.
He is. He is. So, really excited about how big he got and the strength he put on, and he's gonna be someone to reckon with at 41. So, we'll see a next man up at 49. Henson's almost back, and he's had a couple injuries that really lagging from the end of last year. So, he's just about to be in 100%, but just not there yet. Not a reason to get him out any time before he is 100%. So we'll see Hunter Mason there at 49, 57. the Brazilian machine's coming out. So really looking forward to see Raph. He's paid his dues and gotten so much better in the last 6 months. We're just, so excited for him. He's really put the work in and is ready to go out there and fire. 65, next man up. We'll see Mac Church coming up from 141. Excited to see
That's a
him.
big jump.
Yeah, at his new weight class. He's shredded. He's, walking around a little over 170. So he's a full-fledged 65 pounder. Brady will be back soon. Just same thing, trying to get him back to feeling 100%. Same, he's a 6-year guy. Needs to be ready to rock before he's in there. 74. We won't see Lennox Wolak till the following weekend. So we'll have a Ty Fan will be in there at 74. 84, same type of thing. TJ's getting down to weight. Got dinged a little bit the other day at match day. He's been wrestling great. He looks great. He's excited. He's wrestling comes easy to him, and he just gets better and better each time out. So, and the thing is, his weight is right where it needs to be. So that's big. He won't be out too long. And then 97, we'll see the two young backs kind of closing out the duel with Sonny Sasso and Jimmy Mullen. Same thing, kind of slow playing. For lack of better words, kind of having a pitch count on Andy and Hunter Katka. So we'll see kind of intermingling of those two, Mullen, Katka, Sasso, Smith, the next couple of weeks, just to see who separates himself, who competes great, and kind of moving forward, who wants to be the starter. So at 84, we'll see Sam Fisher. So another
Okay.
talented, next man up. That guy, was sixth at Vegas last year. He's ready to rock and get some big wins for us early on.
So you mentioned the final 2 weeks, you got some competition there with a couple of young studs pushing some established older guys. How are those battles looking in the room?
They're good. They're back and forth. To be quite honest with you, there's nobody that's really taken a huge step above the other guy, and that's to be expected. The young guys are pushing the big guys, and the big guys are the older guys, and the older guys are stepping up to the challenge, which is great to see. So it's going to make our job harder, but whoever ends up being the guy is going to be a top 10 guy from the start, and hopefully pushing that podium by the end of the year.
Okay. Well, we've talked about it before. The culture in the Hokies room is strong. It's really nice to hear that the two new transfers have kind of jumped right in and become part of that pretty quickly. Ropey had mentioned the same thing, and that there was nobody missed a beat, kind of becoming part of the family. So it's good to hear that there's no ill feelings there or anything that can kind of come along with transfers like that. So I'm glad to hear that because they're both pretty dangerous and both
Yeah.
some pretty solid options.
And the big thing with that is like, there was, losing a guy like Makai Lewis at 74. We didn't have we thought this was going to be kind of a rebuilding year for us, obviously with Bryce Andonian and Makai. And then seeing, Sam wanting to go up to 41, there wasn't like a proven veteran there that there was going to be some type of battle. That's not how we work. The transfer portal or the way we recruit. We want our guys to, we're going to invest in them and we're going to make them the best they could possibly be. And I think that's a big part of our culture. If we're going to bring in a transfer portal type kid, it's because we have we have an opening there and we need someone to fill it. And it's nice that they're a 1-year guy and at some point someone's going to fill right in the future. So there hasn't been there's no ill will from guys on the team, which is pretty cool and allows them to really hit the ground running and feel accepted and it like you said, it doesn't affect our culture.
That's good to hear. So the other thing to hit on, last season was successful for you guys. You continued your streak of multiple All-Americans. And you had a national champion. So let's hit a little bit on the impact that Caleb Henson has made so far in the program, and what do you see from him this year?
Yeah, he's a competitor. He's a hungry guy. He's a guy that's going to do, everything right. He was able to kind of, see the spoils of being the man and, throughout the summer and not 6 weeks ago, he said, I got to get back to, being a savage and doing some work that is going to make me really really uncomfortable. And that's the type of guy he is. He checks himself, and when he gets too high on his horse, he finds a way to he'll wrestle Bryce or wrestle somebody that can check him. And he he's a special kid that is going to do everything he possibly can, not only inside the room but outside the room, to put himself in the best position to get his hand raised. And it's all about Saturday night. It's all about being the very best Caleb Henson that he can possibly be. And it's raised. He's like a player coach now. He's if we're teaching technique and he sees something that he can add. We are all about him. Adding that. So it's been fun to see him in that aspect as far as taking a leadership role. Not only as part of the team, but also making his voice heard and giving his opinions on some vital things that are a part of our culture, or the part of the way we move forward as a staff and as a team. So um, excited to see that. And I think he's going to actually go with Bryce and Doney next weekend and do some coaching at the international level up in New York City for the Bill Farrell. So after that, he should be full board to try and repeat. So excited for him to do some things that we've given him a little bit of responsibility to do. And he's in a good headspace right now.
I like that. And he's going to have some tests this year. You guys have a solid dual schedule. Even, before you hit the ACC, you've got some tough tests.
No doubt.
I'm looking forward to seeing some of those duels down in Blacksburg. I'll be down there in a couple weeks for the Missouri duel. And that's going to be a really fun one. And then following that right
It's
up
not
with
open.
Rutgers. Tell them to get it
Chris,
together. Look,
it's
you're
not it's
busy.
not working.
Tell them you're busy.
It's my AD. I can't tell him I'm busy.
I'll
This
tell them.
is
I'll tell them. Um, but you hit on one thing that I've been trying to tell people for the last couple of years is that you have something special, and not to say that you didn't have something special before with Bryce Andonian at 157, but Raphael Hippolito is someone I think that the nation should be on notice about with the potential that this kid has. Seeing him in the room and the frankly wild shit that he's been able to do, just watching him roll with Bryce is incredible. And to know that he hasn't been wrestling that long and hasn't met his full potential, I think he's going to be, someone to really look out for. What kind of position have you seen him in this year in the room? Is what kind of gains has he made?
just understanding that he's the guy. I don't know that he was excited about being behind somebody last year. Although it was Bryce Andonian, who's pretty special wrestler for the Hokies. But now that he knows he's the guy, you just see a difference in his intensity, the way he tackles workouts, the way he learns wrestling. It's been really neat because Lennox Wolex, same type of, he started as a freshman in high school as well. And it has a very good judo background. They're both, kind of they grew up in the fight game. So to see those guys play with each other as far as, their judo and, their foot sweeps and their, all kinds of, whizzer kicks, this type of stuff. I do an individual with them every Tuesday at 2:30. And just to see them kind of feed off each other and learn wrestling and the positioning. And, you can just see his wrestling IQ go through the roof because he's an unbelievable wrestler. Some of the stuff he does, no one else can do. But we need his wrestling IQ to continue to go up, or you could keep the guy on his back for a little bit longer, get a couple more near fall. How we're gonna, add up that riding time. Some of those little things where you really see into him start to think about the sport a little bit more. And he's just done such a great job outside the room. He lives with Mac Church and Sonny Sasso and Jimmy Mullen. So those guys are wrestling addicts, and all they do is about wrestling. And so to be with them constantly 24 hours a day, it's been really neat to see his growth as a wrestler.
That's excellent. I think he's going to be a lot of fun to watch for the Hokie fans for the next few years.
No doubt.
I think definitely going to be someone to keep your eye on. But let's hit one more thing before I let you go. I'm sure it sounds like you got an AD to talk to maybe. So let's not keep waiting. Biggest duel you're looking forward to. I know NC State's always circled every year. I know the rivalry there has been amazing to watch. And we know that that's always going to be always going to be circled and ready to go. But what's an out of conference duel you're looking forward to this year?
They're all awesome, man. The Missouri duel is always, we're so similar as programs. We fight over the same recruits. Winning that duel is a big deal. Then seeing Rutgers and Moss Arts, it's going to be, spectacular. The environment's unlike any other in college wrestling. And then dang, to finish up the year in Stillwater, Oklahoma, somewhere where I've, hated for a long time as a Sooner, but to go out there and wrestle Coach Taylor on his first time, pretty much in a big time duel out there is going to be pretty exciting, and to take the Hokies there for the first time is going to be something really, really special. So that's probably the crescendo of the 2024 year in December. Kind of everything leading up to that. So I guess that's probably one of the bigger matches I'm looking forward to being a part of, and seeing how our guys handle an environment like Gallagher Iba, which is something,
It's an
it's something like,
experience.
yeah, it's an experience.
It's
I
an
mean,
experience.
there's Carver Hawkeye and there's Gallagher Iba, and there's two very, very special places.
Agreed. Agreed. Well, Coach, as always, I appreciate your time. Looking forward to getting down there and seeing you guys soon. Best of luck this season. And as always, if there's anything I can do to help you guys out, I'm happy to do whatever I can on our side. But best of luck to you guys, and good luck starting Friday.
Best of luck to your son this weekend at the
Oh
Special
yeah.
Olympics state championships in Virginia Beach. Good
Wait,
luck to
we're
him, and
bringing home the title in pickleball this year. That's the goal.
let's go.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Appreciate you, Robbie. Thank you.